Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube.
Hey, welcome to the channel. This is Influence. Welcome to this video, I should say, of Double Agent. This is Fans Hobby's MB-19A, which is the alternate version of, or the other one's the alternate version. Who knows? I love Fans Hobby because they do stuff like this. They listen to the fans when they put out a picture and fans didn't like the colors. So they made another version of this with the colors that fans wanted. So I think that's great. I love when companies listen to fans because after all, we are the ones that pay them by buying their product. So shout out to Fans Hobby. They make a great product. I always like all their products. I only got one. One other one, Double Evil, which I don't have in robot mode. I wish I did, and I could compare the two in robot mode. But this is a pretty big figure. It's not showing that on camera yet, but then I compare it to some other masterpieces. And this is, if I didn't get to it yet, this is, what's his face? I have no connection to this character at all. However, I started researching him and I liked him. Double Dealer. And Double Dealer was kind of he was a triple changer for one, and he was depending on what continuity you follow, he was an Autobot and a Decepticon, sort of like the other guy. Depending on the continuity that you follow, he was a Decepticon and an Autobot agent, double agent, which is why double agent or double dealer, because he made deals with both sides. He was only loyal to whoever pays him more, which is what the bio says. So I'm just plagiarizing from the bio. So let's get into accessories. Oh, he comes with a few things. Has a sticker sheet that you can put on. You see I didn't put all the stickers on, but he is rather plain looking a little bit to me. So I put on some of the stickers because I wanted a little jazz it up, but I didn't put everything on because I didn't want to oversaturate the jazz up. I think they should have had tempos on this guy, and they do have tempos on him as well, but he just didn't have enough for me. So I used the sticker sheet, and they do tell you where to put them in the directions. Speaking of the directions, here they are. They were kind of okay, but I use, shout out to Sentinel Bay Reviews. Even though he speaks German, I used his video, which actually was a help to me because, and I want to make sure I give a shout out to him because he supported me in the past as well. However, I like watching his video because even though I couldn't understand what he was saying, he helped tremendously with this transformation. It's not an extremely hard transformation, but there's a few pieces that I just couldn't figure out until I looked at his video. And also, twofold with that is I don't get any of the biases from watching his review. As you know, I usually don't watch reviews. I usually just, if they have video instructions, I try to use video instructions, or I try to pick out different videos that don't have a lot of talking while they're doing the transformation, which is sometimes a little hard because they don't go through it as much as he did. So check out Sentinel Reviews, Sentinel Bay Reviews, I'm sorry. So yeah, you get the card, tech spec card. You get, and I'm dropping on the floor. No, you get a face, a silver face. He has a blue face on that I love, so I'm keeping it on. You get these pieces, which help. They're flight stands for the bird, or flight stand pieces, not flight stands. He doesn't come with a flight stand. And you get this glorious box. Let me move this a little bit out the way. This box reminds me of a G1. It has 3 windows because you got the 2 companions, the power drivers. I guess that's what they're calling Power Masters. In this, you can see through the window. We can't see now, of course. And here he is, life size. Then he has some stuff on here going on. You got all of their figures. which they've come out with a lot. They really found their lane with the Power Masters and that continuity, all of those people that I don't know. I have no idea most of those figures, and they're great though. The ones that, well, the one I have. And you get the Power Masters, of course. Now this guy right here, well, you get the missile. You got a missile. I'll include that in the accessories because it is an accessory. You can fold this up here and keep that. It does have batteries that you can use. You can also fold this down because you can use the back end as a gun. Splits apart. This is just a missile that becomes a shoulder missile, and then you pull that out and it becomes a gun. Has a button back here because when you put batteries in this, which they're not in, you can turn, it lights up back there, back here, and lights up in the front in the gun, and it pulsates and does different things. Batteries go right here. I'm uncertain of what batteries to use, so I'll probably put it on the screen, but you just take that out. And I like that they added this. More companies should add the battery strip, the pull out strip, so when you put the batteries in and you go to change them, or you want to take them out, you don't have to dig in there with screwdrivers and stuff. Just pop them out with the strip. So I think that's great. That's just a little great touch. And be careful when you put this back on. I put it on wrong last time. It's slanted. You can see it goes with the body. I was just being stupid. So, but yeah, that's an accessory. And make sure you put that on right. Now this guy right here, he's sitting in the cockpit. How you get him in the cockpit, you got to open this up and squeeze his legs in there like sideways and get him to sit. Any other way, he's not fitting. He won't sit in here, and it's all right. I mean, it's what they had to do. They had to make some compromises. They got him to sit in there, and then this thing right here just goes around. We'll talk about that. Put that down there, and there you go. So here you are with the Power Masters as well. Let's look at these guys. So you have Knock here and you have Scar here, which I'll probably never remember their names again in life. And it is what it is. Actually, I'll show articulation of these guys right now. It's just, it's kind of great because you can get the head to move back and forth. His moves a little bit better. You can get the shoulders up that far. You can get them back and around. They're just on ball joints, and this, the engine, the little engine block thing blocks it. Engine block, get it? Nah. You can get a little elbow there. Get his feet out to about there. You can actually get them more if you turn them like transformation. And then as a knee, get you more than 90, way more. And to transform this guy, I guess I'll do it now because he does snap into the back. To transform him, put him right there. It's just a little hole right there for his hands to go. Nothing spectacular, but I do like these guys. They're a little extra. And that's it. There you go. He's the same as far as articulation. Like I said, his head moves better because he doesn't have all that stuff blocking it. But he does have the ears, so it doesn't go all the way around. And his wings can go like this or like this, and then you can transform him as well. Put him back. I tried snapping him in the back, and you'll see in a minute what I'm talking about. But I don't know, it's not really working, and it doesn't look like, it looks like his pegs are too big. So then you can bend these back. I think you got to bend these like, no, then you can bend these back like that. And there he go. And he also can plug into the back here. And you can see the plugs. And plug him in the back. The Autobots, since he's an Autobot. And he stays back there like that. Take him out. Like I said, he can't plug back there. But then we have this guy. Put his thing in, and you come here. You can flip this out. Flip that out. Flip this out. Then you can flip these. I'll show a little better. Just flip these like that. You see these grooves? That's what fits. So you can undo this back in the back. Kind of makes it a little better. And it's kind of suggestive. Doesn't fit great in there. It is just grooves that go in there. So what I do is move these like this and kind of keeps it. Can't really move it. But then you kind of keep this there so it doesn't go anywhere. And there you go. You have his ICBM missile. This is his Autobot form, I guess. I don't know how ICBM missile is an Autobot form, but I guess so. Usually they don't have destructive forms. Put this back and show it. And take the missile off and you see a little overview. You can tell, you can see his face if the missile's not in there. See the bottom. Pretty clean, pretty clean. Rubber tires, got the red. You can see the stickers I put on him. I did put I kind of split the difference. I don't know if I like that. I may take it off. I don't even know if it matches really, but it's a red Decepticon sticker. So I kind of split the difference between Autobots and Decepticons. I mean, it does match the tires. I don't know if I like it that much, but you also can, and I'll show you, you can flip that around if you want. So let's get into transformation. We can put this up like that. Move this out. Move this up. It seems more difficult than it is. I pull this out like that. Just pull all these out. They're tabbed in there. It's not the greatest tab and tabbed in there. So it's not the greatest tab, but again, and I think I put that sticker a little too far into that tab because it pulled it up a little bit. That's my fault. Then we can move this up here. Move this up here. So let's table this for a minute because I think it's easier to get the legs done first. So there's a couple tabs right there that this is pegged in on. Pull that up, pull that up. There's a tab here that this is pegged in on. We're gonna kind of pull that out. Pull this out. This will become the feet. So then pull this up here, pull this up here. Flip it over. Oh, where am I going? I'm doing it the wrong way. Flip that around and you can pull this apart. You can pull it apart whenever. I just did it at that moment. So then you want to try to flip this around here. Now, this can get in the way up in here. You just, as you're flipping it, you want to try to pull this out as much as possible. So then you can get that little bit of clearance there. Make sure you get that up. You flip this in there, put that up there. Now, with the feet, I was having issues with this as well, but you just move this out, flip this down like that, flip that. You can tell it's flipping that right now. Then you move this around. There's a peg, pegs in there, peg that in there. Then you flip this up first, and then when you flip this down, these two tabs will tab in there, and then you make the feet. Then you can put this up in there like that. Close that. Then deal with these legs. Make sure these circles are in for this mode. I confused the hell out of myself. There we go. I didn't realize this is the front. So you do that again. I work backwards because it's just easier to see. Then you do the same thing, move it out enough to get this out the way. And put this up there. Now I'll turn it around so you can see better. Put these should be in. The knees should be back, of course. And move that. Get this out here like that. Move this into that area. Flip this up. And you kind of move this out as well a little bit, because then that fits in to here. Like that. You got to bend this a little tiny bit, and it makes a little like heel spur. Then you move this down here. Bend that clicks into place. Now bend at the, or twist at the knee so the wheels are facing front, and then twist the foot so the foot is facing front. You can see the foot, and we got some legs. So now let's tackle these things. Well, I don't know which way is the easiest to show. However, I'm going to do it this way. It's upside down. I think it's just easier to show. Move it like this. You move this a little bit back. You can flip this down. Like I flip this out just to get this down more. And then you move this on this joint right here. And as you're moving that, you can pull this up here. Keep this. And then it goes all the way back like that. Click that into place. Flip. This is already flipped up, but you can flip this up. And then you want to move this on this joint right here. Move it like that. Now you got it like this. Now it's just a series of hinges. Like you're trying to move this here like that. Then you want to move this hinge back like that. Then you move this hinge. You can move this back on itself. You can move this hinge. But before you do that, you see how this is? You want to move this, and it's more intuitive than it looks. Move this up in here. Try to get this on this hinge. Kind of move this up more. See that? It's a series of double hinges. This hinge should be straight like that. But you can move it in just so you can have all of this and you know what you're doing. Then you move that like this. And I think you can move this up here just so it's flat. And then move this hinge like that. And it's kind of this. But before you do that, you can move this head back. It's pegged on right here. I like to move it back first, because you got to move it back and leave it like this down, and then this kind of encompasses all of this down here, then flips down and kind of covers that as well, and leaves room for all of this stuff. So again, I'm gonna try to show it again over here. Move the beak down just so you can get clearance here. So again, move this down here. You're kind of moving this up as you're moving it down. Then it's going all the way down. This will come out like that. Make sure this hinge is straight up and down. And this eats me alive. So I pull this like this so you can get a little bit more clearance and push it up a little bit. You can just leave it like that. Now all of this, you want to spin right here on this joint. Spin that whichever way gets you the most clearance. Then you can move this down flip this. No, this goes over. What am I doing? You flip that over. You can flip this over like that. Flip this up. If it's down, I might have flipped it down. Then flip this over here. Before you do that, you gotta get this out the way. I'm telling you, this eats me alive. So I'm sorry if it's unclear. I just flip these up. So you want to flip that like this before doing that. So flip that down, flip this over, and then you flip this around here. Now you put this down. This was folded all the way up because it kind of makes a box. You can even put this up here if you want to. And don't forget to put these back in because it just makes your life easier. Just put them back in like that and flip them down. And then this goes down on this hinge right here. Kind of gives you the box. My complaint with this, my complaint with this is, as you can see, it doesn't snap together any type of way. Yeah, the other set, these will be different colors, I believe. They're all, might be all purple, I think. Well, anyway, then you pull these tires, they slide back. Tires right here, slide back, so you can flip this and keep the arms in there. So you flip the arms, keep them in there. I don't do anything with the arms yet because this joint will keep coming out. Again, over here, pull this out. It also does that, but that ain't what we want to do. We want to pull it out like that and flip these arms. Now forward this chest. Pull this up, and under here you want to pull this out, but also you want to flip this so it's more like an L with that joint, and then this going out. There you go. It doesn't go all the way out like that. It goes like that. So before you're going to flip this down, but before you do so, you can add in your Power Master. Sorry. In order to put this in, I believe you have to take his head out. So now take his head out. Tight. Pull the head out. It says to pull it out on here, right? Like that, and spin it around. I just realized when you put his head in, these black bars push out. If you can see, they push out the Power Master, which I think is a good, nice little detail. That's why I couldn't get the Power Master in without pulling the head out. So you got to pull the head out first, and then when you put it in like this, now there's space for the Power Master to stay connected. Keep putting him upside down, and now he goes in easily. And then you accordion this up, and there's pegs on both sides that this pegs into. While you're pegging it, make sure you don't push these wheels forward. That's one thing I don't like. Move the arms down. Move the arms down. Move this around so you can get to the elbow. And you pull the hands out just like every other figure. Hands are hard to pull out, but you gotta be careful of the thumb because you gotta kind of tuck it in when you're going the other way. Here he is in his Autobot configuration. It's a great looking figure. I love this blue. His face, see his face sculpt. In some lights, it even looks like his eyes light up, but it's just a metallic paint that they should do, which I like. See the back. One thing I don't like is the feet aren't the greatest as far as heel spurs go. It's just he doesn't have a wide footprint, so it just doesn't do it back heaviness justice. Make sure you have the legs right as well. That helps. And he's not leaning forward that much, but he does lean forward a tad bit. But like I said, yeah, this is great. And pull that out. Move this down. Pull that out. And then pull this out as well. Stick his missile on his shoulder. And you can put his gun in his hand, which it just has a railing system. Slide in. There you go. And you can put his fingers around and he can hold his gun. Now when he holds his gun out, it kind of balances, counterbalances the back heaviness. And let's compare some figures to him. So we got Optimus here and we got Megatron here. And this is how he scales next to them. So he's a pretty big bot. He's as tall or taller than them, give or take. And also he's wide, like he has a bigger footprint. So he looks beefy. He's a beefy bot. He looks bigger than, I thought he was like way taller than these bots, but it's just his size that makes him look like that. So let's take off his accessories and go over articulation. And let me show what he would look like. I'm not putting it on, but it's basically the same face. It's just painted silver. You can even see that it was blue. Like it was that same blue face. They just painted it silver. So that's nice that they give you that option. Like I said, I'm leaving the blue face on. And some people might think, oh, that's what are you doing? But I don't know. I'm not connected with the character, so I don't know him any type of way. I'm just doing it as best as I know how and as possible. And this is, I think this is cool that they established this. You can put any symbol here that you want, but the way it comes is, if I can get this piece off, that took some doing. So this, it comes like this and it flips over. So you can have this piece on where he has no symbol, or you can flip it over. You can put whatever symbol you want there. Through articulation. So down, not much. Up, not much. You do get side to side. And you get all the way around. This, you get a butterfly, like an extreme butterfly. It's really transformation, but you can use it. You get this. It actually goes up farther than you can get it. However, when it's there, it does get the straight out. And it's on a ratchet. Straight out on a ratchet. It's on a ratchet all the way around. A strong ratchet. It is soft ratchet, but it's still strong. You got a split joint right here that gets you the bicep swivel. That's tight. A lot of my complaints with this figure is just how tight it is, but some of that is good that is that tight. You get a double jointed elbow that gets you way more all the way. You might as well say forearm touching bicep. You get hands that spin around. They don't, wait, do they go in and out? No, they don't go in and out. Fingers are individual on all two knuckles. No, three. Yeah, three. They have all three knuckles. And the thumb is just on two knuckles. So you can Move it like that, and it's on a ball joint knuckle. So that's good. You got this slit thing. You get all the way around, and it kind of doesn't, the backpack doesn't, the waist goes all the way around, I should say. The backpack doesn't impede on anything as long as you have everything down. Yeah, so you got skirts individual, they come out like this and up. Just depends. The back goes up. You got heavy ratchets to the side, and you get the full splits, and it doesn't and you get ratchets front and back, which is crazy. And you can get full back if it wasn't for the backpack, I think. Yeah, you could get almost full back. Yeah, but that's about all you need with heavy ratchets. These ratchets are crazy, like in every joint, and that's what I like to see. I like to see that. Got the knee. Oh, one thing I forgot one last transformation. You gotta push these down, because then that's what exposes the knee. In order to get this much, you get 90 degrees on that knee. You get a swivel up here, but you also got a swivel here that you can use. Transformation again. Foot goes down about that much, goes up that much, and you can get a good rocker. So you can get the rock. And the ratchets are not bad. You gotta really get them together, but you can get them close together like this if you want to. And the first out is here, so for the A stance, but it's not terrible. Like some ratchets be, the first out is like out here or in here like that. So I think that ratchet is pretty good. And rubber tires, I already said rubber tires. Does it have an ab crunch? I don't think it does. I didn't say anything about it, but I don't think it does. But no ab crunch. Second robot mode. So pull this out of here. I like to pull this down, and then I will show you how the Power Master pops out. Move this down, pull this up, move this around like that, and then put this in here, and hopefully it doesn't go far. There it goes. Then you can put this one in, since it's Decepticon, and this one actually goes in with this head down, and I think that's cool. There you go. Got him down. You can put this back like this. Now you want to turn this waist around, and then you turn this in. Well, these are out, I should say. These are back like that. Yeah, these should be pointing back, and it should be, the legs should be where they need to be, facing front. Then you have that. Now you can establish and get these wings together. Move this all out. Move this up here like that. Get all these double joints. Get them right. Move this up. Move this like this. This pegs in right there. And you just get everything straight. And you can move this like around like that. Again, get this out the way. Just unaccordion everything. and get it all straight. And flip this on here like that. Then you want to move this bird head up. Pegs in there. Flip this up so you can see it. Put that down. Then you can kind of have this up wherever you need it, wherever you want it. This missile can go on the back. Gives a little bit of extra. Again, he's back heavy. And here you go. His Decepticon form. I don't think he ever had a Decepticon robot form, so I think this is great that they added it in. It's nothing crazy, like it's basically almost turning him into the bird. He got a different face. You see his face sculpt. But I think that's great that they had a new head, like a new face sculpt. Now I don't know, let me know below if he ever had a Decepticon form. But as far as I know, he doesn't. It's like a newer form that they added. Let's get him into his last mode. Is get him turned around his waist. Put these up. They're gonna end up like this. Pull this out. Chest piece, because you want to tuck the red pieces back in. So tuck these red pieces back in. They're on double hinge, so they can be weird sometimes. Just gotta get it in right and not like that. All right, that's good. Get that back in there like that. Move these arms. You want to move this up like that, and then this will go here. Now you can put this hand in. I spin this like, I'm not sure if it's 100% right, but you got to try to get it in, and then as it's going in, you want to push the thumb kind of out so it establishes enough room in there. And I don't even think it did that right. There's still not enough room. Like the thumb has to be down, but it can't be down when it goes in. Here, let's do it more like this. So you put it in like this, and then you spin it, kind of spin it. There we go. That way. Same thing over here. Get this up here like this. And move this down in here. Again, you want to move this kind of like that, but move it up first so you can kind of establish. Then spin it as you get it in there, and it'll work. This, move these like this so it stays flatter. The arms stay flatter against each other. Make sure these notches are in here, because that's what's going to hold the bomb. So I just move these up like this just so it can get out the way, because you're going to have to fool with these legs. So then you can take this, move this around here. This comes out like that. This a clamp all of this in here. Then you can move this down. You can fool with this later if you want. I just do it now. Just move that all the way out. You move that out. Move this up. All this is tight, especially the first time you do it. Man. Then over here, show it one more time just in case. Move that down. Move this up here. And again, move this out here with the tight joint. Move that out. This. And get the little bird claw out. And you can pull it out like that as well. Give it some establishment. I'm not sure if it's meant to do that, but I like to do that. Now let's work on these legs. It's basically the same. So you want to move this like this. This little slanted piece, I always say, is outside. I'm going to move this like that. Flip that open. Pull this open. Pull that all the way open. And move this all the way like that. Then you're moving this in again. Trying to get clearance there. Just make sure you got good clearance. There you go. Close that. Close this up. Now move this out here, and this goes into here like this, because you want all of this in the back, and this will go up in there like that. There we go. Same over here. I try to, let me see, the cut joint circles go in. Open this up, pull this out, pull this out, pull this out. Established. Again, move this in here. Try to make room. There we go. Then you close that down. Close this down. Make sure this is right because it has to sit into that groove. You can move this like this and establish that. I'll do it this way because there's tabs that can tab in. You want to try to do that. You move this foot because the foot's going to be up there like that. You can move this foot around. It's going to coincide with all this, parallel to it. Oh, okay. This has to stay out. See how that one's out? If this ain't out, it's not going in. That's what's wrong. That's why it's not going anywhere. There we go. Make sure that stays out. That falls down. That's a complaint. But what you gonna do? Now you can get this together. And sometimes this joint right here isn't clicked all the way in. I know it's not. See how it's the A stance has to be clicked, but it's so hard to establish that click. Sometimes, get off camera, those clicks in straight up and down. It can get difficult because of everything that you're moving around and stuff and trying to avoid. And see, this keeps coming out. And this sits like this. Kind of push it in more. Move this down here. Flip this out for the tail. Flip that out. Then you can start to clean it up. Flip that down to cover the. So this, it's not a super frustrating transformation. Let me put it that way. Then you can get all this together. Move this down, move this down. Establish in there like that and move it down. Then you can put this, it'll peg on those inner arms. Here you go. We can move these feet back as much as possible. And the bird. Here you go with the bird mode. I really don't like this mode. I think it's just, I don't know. It might be accurate, but it just looks weird. It's just a bunch of stuff. I mean, it is that might be why it's not going right too. You gotta make sure everything is lined up straight, you know, for all this stuff to work. But yeah, there goes the bird. You have this. He has the clear eyes. It's kind of like light piping, but it's not. It looks all right. His wings are articulated. Of course, you can get them all like this. His tail wings, you can just establish like different positions. Nothing really spectacular. And it could be just, it's no fault of theirs. I mean, it might be just what it was. I mean, it is 4 modes. Triple change is always hard to do anyway. So yeah, you got the gun up here. All this stuff just hanging out. And that's it. So, not going backwards. It's basically unfurling everything. So going back to robot mode from here is not a cakewalk, but it's pretty self-explanatory. All right, so thank you for watching, and I will get up with you in another video. This has been Inflewence, and this is Double Agent, which is Double Dealer. Peace.
You know, life ain't over, life ain't over, life ain't over. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want.